Go ahead.
So we do have currently a scheduled call basically every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday night, and every Thursday morning. And I just want to go over this and the philosophy behind having at least some standing calls, but that these don't take the place of if you've got something special going on and you've got somebody new going and you're going to do a call for them separately, or you've got something else planned that's going on, but always knowing that there's something that you can plug your people into and something that's available gives you a place where, you know what, we have this call on Tuesdays, or you know what, we have this call on Wednesdays, or hey, every Thursday we have this call. And so you'll see these every single week, and they're led by different leaders, different people. It's not just the same exact people every time, and different testimonials and whatnot, so that you can just have something to use for your potentials. And if you don't have a big team, for example, or if you're just getting started and you want a place to plug people into, these calls are a great thing to use. So every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock is all about the products and health testimonials. If you want to get people onto a call, and you wanted to hear about these awesome products, hear 4 testimonials, hear about how they can get started and the specials that are going on this month, that's a great call to use, 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Now, we also started these calls that are focused on getting results. Some people call them a new ambassador call. I didn't really necessarily want to call it a new ambassador call. I wanted it to be focused around like, hey, you made an awesome decision. Now let's help you get the best results you can possibly get. And so those are Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain and Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain. Here's the best way to utilize this call. And this is an idea that Lee shared with me that she got from one of the coaches at Plexus. And I love the way that she, pulled this out of him, this idea. And it was that when you sign somebody up new, part of your onboarding process could be, hey, I'm so excited for you to get started. I know you're going to love these products. Now that you have a wholesale ambassador account, I want you to learn all of the benefits and how to get the most out of your products. We have a call every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. or every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. for brand new wholesale ambassadors. Which one can I schedule you for? It's not like, hey, could you come? It's like, hey, this is a part of our process. We want you to have the best results. We take good care of you. We want you to know all of your benefits that you're getting. Which one can you come to? So you're setting up an appointment. Yes, it's every single month, Tori. I'm going to post up the graphic after this team call. I always tag it to the top of the team page, so it's the first thing you see. Has all the graphics, the Zoom ID numbers, the Zoom links. But just imagine if you could get every single new ambassador on your team on a call to hear a couple of testimonials, to hear what to expect when you're on your products, to hear about why you should start sharing, and to hear about how simple it is to have 3 friends. This is third-party validation. We always talk about third-party validation. Hey, you know what? You're awesome, Dory. You're awesome, Emily. You're awesome, Sonia. You're awesome, Brittany. Like, you guys are awesome, but they need to hear from other people that, yay, you made an awesome choice. You are going to be so stoked about your decision to join Plexus. Here's how to get the most out of your products. Consistency, water, like all those things are talked about. The community, resources, grab some friends and do this with you. This is how simple it was. All of that is folded into this new ambassador call. And it's led by 2 amazing leaders, different leaders every single week. But the way to actually get people on it is to make it a part of your onboarding. Wednesday at 7, Thursday at 11, which one can you make it to? Now, if they absolutely can't make it to either one, you say, you know what, great, I'll send you the recording. And after you watch the recording, I'd love to send you a free sample of X, Y, and Z. I don't know, send them a sample of Active, send them a sample of Joyo, send them a sample of collagen for watching it, okay? And then Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and I know Emily will do one sometimes at 8 p.m. Just look out. There's always some kind of a business call on Thursday evenings. So you want to get somebody that's a wholesaler loving their products, interested in the business. You have someone that's looking at this for the business, somebody that's new, that's started sharing. You want them to believe more in the business to see how we actually do this, the real kind of people that do this, and the real results with the business. That's Thursdays. So Tuesday, potentials, products and health. Wednesday, results. Thursday morning, results. Thursday night, business. start using these calls to plug people in, and then start creating your own calls and your own events outside of this. Like, honestly, if I have somebody start and they're excited to share, I'm always going to try to get them to get 3 to 5 people onto a Zoom, like of their own. But if that person can't make it and they're available Tuesday at 7, I'm like, great, we have another one Tuesday at 7. Can you make it then? So these are all good resources for you guys. And I just kind of wanted to do a little shout out for that. And if you were treating this like this was your client and you wanted to take really good care of your client, you would schedule this appointment with them. And they'll get more connected to the community and all these awesome people and awesome stories, and they will stay more consistent. So I just wanted to share that tonight.
Thank you so much, Brooke. I know that a lot of people on my team haven't been utilizing these, or they haven't known about them, and that's totally my fault. So I want 100% own that. But many of you are using them on my team even, and I just want everyone to know, like, you are welcome to use this stuff, right? And I love how you pointed out that you're not waiting for that event to have someone come to it, right? So I think one of the biggest things that can be a hindrance to a new person is if you are like, oh, I mean, I need to have someone get on a call, but there's not a call for 7 days. So I'll just wait for 7 days. I'll invite them to the call in 7 days. Or you can be a leader who plans an event and you just be like, oh my gosh, actually, why don't we just get on a call tonight? Would tonight be great for you? How about we get on a call, or you create something? And this is actually a perfect segue into our first speaker, Senior Ruby Ambassador Hannah Wright. She is the queen of creating stuff right now because she is creating an Emerald team this month. And it doesn't just happen. It takes hard work, perseverance, grit, and it takes you just deciding that every day, checking off your list of what has to be done. And one thing that I've loved watching Hannah do is every day she's like, all right, team, this is what I'm doing today. This is the work that I see needs to be done. And anyone that can help chip off these things, I'm here to help you in whatever you need. And then she sets her goal, marks her goal, and goes after her messages. I'm going to let her get into the nitty-gritty of that, but this is the type of behavior of what a Jewel team looks like. So if you are wanting to become a Jewel team, you don't have to wait until you're Senior Ruby to use these practices. You could actually start these practices in your business right now as a Silver. They apply to any rank, whether you have one person enrolled under you, 50, 100, 10,000, doesn't matter. These apply. So I want you to get your pen and paper out, as Hannah is going to share with you the exact things that she's doing every single day and how she was able to support her team. They brought in 2 brand new Silvers, and they have 3 people going for Super Silver this week because of the momentum they've created in the last 13 days on their team. So remember, wherever you are, this applies to you, and you can take these actions and jumpstart your team also. Hannah, where are you at, my girl?
I'm right here. Sorry, my husband was driving his RC car right next to me, so I was telling him to go away. Thank you so much for that. That's so nice of everything you said. Mainly, I'm just being proactive. It's pretty simple. I know we all like simple. I'm just being very proactive. I am messaging individual people. I am keeping track of every single 0 to 99 PVer, and messaging people individually. And if not, I'm not getting much of a response, I take it one step further and make sure that I love how you said it was a client. I am helping my client to have the best experience with Plexus. So yeah, just like Emily said, every single day I'm sitting down, I am planning out future things. So Saturday I did, okay, everyone who enrolls today gets a free bag of Active on me. go ahead and tell all your potentials that this is what's happening, and hopefully we can get some off the fence. We got 4 people off the fence that day. Stuff like that, free product. I am giving a lot of incentive in the Leaders Retreat contest and showing that all of this work is coming together for the Leaders Retreat contest, but also it's developing your business. I basically just want to say I'm just really on top of it. I'm making sure I'm posting every day. I'm making sure that I am doing my part on my team to help them reach their goals, because that's ultimately what's the most important to me. And I know that everything will come together in the end as we work together as a team. So pretty simple.
Hannah, can you talk a little bit about your daily enrollment goals? What you do if you're not achieving them, how you, but talk about, like, you have a number every day that you're aiming for. So talk about that.
Every single day I have an enrollment goal of 10 people. And so we start the day with 10 and count it down. If we are not reaching that goal, I'm more proactive in reaching out to each individual person saying, hey, where are we at? How is this person going silver? How is this person going senior silver? So 10 a day is usually our goal. And that's what we strive for every day. And it's been really awesome to have a number to reach for. And looking at it, like backing up and looking at the big picture, it's going to make such a huge difference with just those 10 a day.
I love how you talk about if the enrollments are not going. Did you notice how she said, then I start reaching out to individual leaders in private message and I ask them, do you have anyone you're working with? How's it going with so-and-so on your team who's going to silver? Does she have anyone that she's working with? Notice that she didn't say, oh, my team is not working today. Why are they not working? I gave away a special on my thread and nobody is taking it. No, she was like, hey, I put the special out on the thread. Nobody's talking on the thread. So now I'm going to go direct to the source. And she went to her leaders. And then she didn't say to them, how come you're not enrolling more people? She said to them, hey, tell me about Janae. Is she going to be silver this weekend? Do you have anyone that you're working on to sign up that's exciting? How's so-and-so doing with super silver? How many are they away? Another thing that I know you're doing, Hannah, is you are going into your back office. You're going dashboard, points and rank. You're viewing these individual teams that are working to silver and you're counting. You're like, hey, I know so-and-so has 2. They just need 1 more to silver. And then I see Hannah going in the thread and saying, oh my gosh, Kitra, you're 1 away from silver. Girl, you are so close. What can we do to help you? And then in like her private message with Kitra and Tristan and Aaron, she's like, hey, Kitra, what if you tried this? How can I help you do this? What if we had a call or a Zoom or an event on Wednesday? Or so like she's doing training on her main thread, but then she's also doing individual support in smaller group units as well. This is high level leadership, you guys. And it's something that if you're not doing, don't feel badly that you haven't done it yet. Now you know, and you can be more effective by breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, right? You don't ever want to eat the whole pizza. You would never just pick up a pizza and eat the whole pizza. You would take it slice by slice, right? So take it slice by slice. Hannah, is there anything else you want to add? Like, every day is not perfect. Like, you know, yesterday you had 8, the day before you hit your 10. Today, I think you said you were at like 2, right? So every day is not perfect, but how do you keep your mindset right on the days where you're like, oh, we did so great yesterday. Now we're at 2. Like, what do you do in that situation?
I think it goes back to it's a marathon, not a sprint. I know in these push months, it does feel like a sprint and we're just pushing and we need to do these things. But knowing in the long run that yesterday we had 10 and maybe tomorrow we'll have 12, and making sure that we're aligning how we're working to achieve that. I don't panic because it's a marathon and things are going to keep rolling and keep going as long as we're working.
Well, I love that perspective because I really feel like you're sitting here and you're like, okay, it's all going to come together if I just make sure my actions are in line every single day. And when your actions are in line every single day, you're confident. And when you're confident, there's no room for insecurity. Or you might still be insecure. You're probably insecure. I always feel insecure on a rank up month, so it's fine to feel insecure. But it's like there's this peace and calmness about you because you know you're putting the rocks down first and you know the sand is going to fill in. Brooke, do you have any other questions you want to ask Hannah or any thoughts you want to share?
Well, I just want you guys all to know that ranks don't just happen. It doesn't just happen. And if you go into it with the attitude of, we'll just see where we end up. We'll just see where things fall. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's BS. If you want to reach a goal, you actually have to intentionally work for it. And ask some of these people that went Emerald last month and decided enough is enough. I'm going to make it happen this month, and I'm going to be intentional, and I'm going to be proactive, and I'm going to do specific actions and activities. Like Hannah, she sets a goal every single day. And I guess the thing that I want you guys to understand is it actually doesn't really matter what the last 12 days have looked like. What matters is what you decide to create right now. So if you're like, I am dead set on going senior gold, I am doing that this month. Okay, well, how many days do we have left in the month? Divided by the days, how many orders do you need? So for me, instead of enrollments like last month, I did it by orders. I'm like, okay, we need 30 orders a day, and 30 orders a day was going to set us ahead so that when we got to the 28th, we weren't going to have to freak out. And so figure out your number and sit yourself down and do that digging. Like Hannah said, are you working with anybody on enrollments? How's it going for gold? Can I help you in any three-way conversations? Can I get on the phone with anyone? Who's thinking about restarting? Did you stop that 85 PV subscription that's going to go out tomorrow and tell them about the coupon? Like, can we get them to order just a one-time order and move their subscription into August? Did you stop that order? So it's literally going line by line. And when you do that, honestly, you guys, it is not impossible to create whatever you want to create. Because see, most of you are looking at 3 to 6 orders a day for the types of goals you're going for. These amazing women that are going for Emerald, they're looking for more like 6 to 10 orders a day, depending on where they're at. 5 to 10 orders a day, depending on where they're at. So if they can do it, you can do 1, 2, 3, or 4 orders a day. I know you can, and nothing truly organically happens. Like, you do have to set a plan. And I think that what I sense from Hannah is she feels peace because she has a plan and she's working the plan. And she's not leaving everything up to the universe or Heavenly Father to sweep in and just make it happen. She's not leaving everything to chance and feeling totally out of control because none of it's in her control. She is guaranteed, she is praying hard and she is working hard. She's doing both of those things, but she's not just giving it up to God and saying, make it happen. She's like, please make it happen. And I also am going to mastermind the plan and work the plan. So make your plan, work it every day. And this is something that Julia did last month. And she's going to talk a little bit about her road to Emerald. She's going to talk a little bit about how she worked the plan and how intentional she was and how it was scary too. How it was scary and how there were plenty of times where she thought, how in the world is this going to happen? And when she had to get there on the last day of the month, like all of those things, but how her intentionality, even changing the name of her thread, everything, the messages she put in there, the people she reached out to, everything to get to that big, scary goal of jumping from 800 points to 1,550 points. Julia.
Hi guys. Last month was terrifying and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Emerald was something that I think all of us, it's like a big jump. It's like once you hit Emerald, that means something. And I didn't really know what that meant, except that I hadn't done it before. And so that meant something different, and different meant uneasy. Different meant, was I worthy of that? Like I had so many things attached to what that even meant. I think that's really common with a lot of us, like the mental state of success and having a 6-figure income coming in while you're a stay-at-home mom. What does that mean? I've never been in that space. And I've worked corporate before, in my early 20s, but I didn't make, $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Or who am I to do this? There's so many times during the month where I knew I was neglecting my kids. I knew I was neglecting my husband and my marriage. My kids were like, you never spend time with us. You never hang out with us. And I just smiled and said, I love you. And then I said, I have to keep going, and I have to keep going. And I just kept saying, I have to keep going. And I talked to them about it very openly. I said, this is something huge, and this is something terrifying. And this is something that I just need your support with. Can you support me for 30 days to do something that is impossible? And I honestly don't even think my husband got it, because when I sent him a message that said I hit 1503, he's like, so how's that looking for you? And I was like, no, I did it. And he's like, what? They still didn't get it. And if you saw my video, my kids were like, what is mom going for? And Ronan's the only one that knew, the green queen, my other kids were like, I don't know. This is something that we were so intentional from the beginning. And I had so many fears because I couldn't see it. And Hannah and I joke, we'll see it at 1,000 points. We'll see Emerald. I hit 1,000 points. I couldn't see anything. I hit 1,300 points. I couldn't see anything. At 1,400 points, I thought, oh my gosh, what if I fail? I'm so close. And then I thought, there's no way in the history of Plexus since I started that I have been able to create 150 points in less than 48 hours. And I did. And I did because I think the end of the month was Tuesday, Brooke? And Saturday, we literally worked from 6:30 in the morning. I did until 11:30 at night. My phone was so hot. You guys, we talk about jokes with what happens to Satan. Our whole half of the AC has been out for 2 weeks. So I'm sitting here in this office, this whole half of the house. I'm drenched in sweat. I brought out a giant ice block from my freezer. I had my phone plugged in a charger. I'm all my notes, my Post-its are getting wet from my ice block. And I'm going like this on my ice block with Brooke. And my kids are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm messaging people. I was tilting it to get it on the ice so it wouldn't overheat. You guys, this was out of a movie. And this was what took me to Emerald, because I just thought, all was in my brain was just keep going, just keep going, keep going. Keep praying, keep going, and just do the work. Brooke kept saying, turn over every leaf. So even though I'd message 80 people and no one would respond, then people start showing up. That's the thing. When you're doing really good, incredible things, and Hannah will testify for you a million days, because we're having the reverse conversation. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, God. It's all God. It is God, but it's God because you're doing the work. It's not God because you're hanging out at the pool. It's God because you're saying, I'm not going to the pool, and my kids are going to watch 17 hours of TV over the next 24 hours because I'm about to create a miracle, and it's totally fine. And they can eat popcorn. And I would be go out and get pizza jam. Go out again. Go out again. Take them to In-N-Out. I don't care. Spend 5 nights and take the kids to a park. Go. And it worked because I had that mental space, and it is season. And this month I spent the afternoon hanging out at a pool while also sending out samples. But there's a mental block of a couple times a year you give it your all, and you have to do that if you want growth. You have to do that if you've done what you've never done before, and to sit in a place where you've never sat in, and to really be in a place where you are creating a life that is exceptional for yourself. And there will be peaks and valleys along the way, and Satan will come at you with a lovely push to be you know what? Watch you suffer. We're going to watch you squirm a little bit. And I just kept putting on my not today Satan shirt. And I would have, I think what we forget is we have the support here of not just the people on your team, but an incredible array of people that fasted for me, that prayed for me. I knew that it was by the hand of angels and God and so many good women. And I am so grateful that I get to work with positive, uplifting women. These women aren't yeah, how are you going to do that? I don't even know. Or I'm struggling today. Can you help me? They were you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. right? They're putting out positivity, and that's what I surround myself with. And I even printed this thing out, and I don't know if I have time. So really quick, Nicole Bringerhoff sent this to me, and it said this like scripture thing that she read that I said, I promise, I can't even read it because it was so blurry when I printed it. Miracles will happen basically in your marriage, your family relationships, and daily work. And I promise your capacity to feel joy will increase even if turbulences increases in your life. And that was like at the forefront of everything I did to become Emerald. That as we do these things that seem to be pulling away, it is actually increasing so many things in your life and in your capacity and who you see in yourself. I called Christy Jex crying when I did it, and I said, I did it. And she just said, how do you feel? And I said, like me. Nothing, I just feel like me. And she's like, I know, right? But like an elevated version. And I was like, yeah, that's it. It's just me who like showed up after running every day. And I showed up at the beginning and I just ran the marathon and I didn't quit. So whatever marathon yours is, if yours is a 5K, if yours is a 3K, if yours is a half marathon, just decide one day that this is your time, because no one else is going to decide that for you. Ask for the support, ask for the help, and say, today is my month, and I'm going to create something that's never been created. Even if your biggest creation is like, I'm just going to add 20 people to my team. I'm going to add 10. Who here is going to add 2? Like all these little hands showing up. And it becomes something that you just are so proud of that you did together. And then your goal next is to flip and you help other people do the same.
I love that. And it was like just so awesome to see like we have the raddest group of women just like that surround each other, and just like it's like we can sense when somebody's about to go off the deep end and be like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And then somebody sweeps in and they're like, you're amazing, you have this, you know? So that is the culture that we have, and we really think for you. And it really truly is about like putting your head down, keeping your blinders on, and working towards something that takes a lot of faith. And for those of you that are new, because I know we have some new people here on this call, you're like, well, what does Emerald even mean? Like, I mean, what does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. What it means is that you're in the top 3 ranks of the company. So it's Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamond. Those are the jewel ranks. And once you're a jewel rank in the company, you get a lot of awesome benefits. One of them is you get to participate in profit sharing. And every single month you get a part of a bonus pool. So you're bonused every single month just because you're an Emerald. $1,000 to $1,600, $1,700, somewhere in there. It's just like a monthly bonus. You get a car stipend. You can decide to get a Lexus with that car stipend, or you can just take a cash payout every month that just becomes more cash for your life or for your family. You also get an annual trip to Hawaii for 2, all paid for, all amazing, just incredible. And then on top of that, of course, you get all the rest of your pay, which is awesome. And so being an Emerald is a big deal. And this month we have so many people working on that, towards that goal. And last month we had, our 2 new Emeralds. We had a new Sapphire. We're working on many new Sapphires, a new Diamond, many new Emeralds. And I want you to watch these women. I want you to observe them and see their strength and see their courage and see them just posting it up there and claiming it. And you better believe when they hit post on that post, they're freaking out. They're scared that they actually said it out loud. They said they're doing it. And every second, like of every day, they're almost wishing they could just like go into a corner and hide and be like, I never said I was going to do that. Just whenever it happens. Nope, they said it. They said it, they owned it, they claimed it, and their stomach hurt the whole time. But once they decided, just like Hannah said, she sits down and she's like, 10. 10's my number every day. And I know I've done the math. I'm a smart girl. I've done the math. I know if I do 10, I'm going to get there. So I just love this inspiration. And I think we want to know, Emily, right? Like, what are you working on? What's your big, scary goal? What are you committing to make happen before the end of the month? Remember that your past is not evidence of what is possible for your future. So what are you working on? Put it in the comments right now to earn, to rank up, to sponsor, for an income level, number of lives you want to impact. What are you working on? Shout it out in the comments. And then Emily's going to give you a couple of fiery tips to just get you fired up and going and into activity.
You guys, the thing about saying your goals right now, I know it's really hard and it's scary to put yourself out there, because when you say you're going for it, all of a sudden now it's like you've said you like somebody. Do you remember when you were in middle school and it was like a huge deal and you were like with your friends and you would finally admit that you liked somebody, and that was huge, right? And it was so scary because you're like, what's everybody gonna think? Like, I like Mike. All my friends know I like Mike. Now Mike's gonna find out, because that was the point of telling your friends that you liked him, was that you knew it was gonna get back to him, right? So then it was like this anticipation of like, does he feel the same way? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna happen? Oh my gosh, what if I'm rejected, right? That's what it feels like to put your rank goal out there, because there's now this risk of failing. But what I want you to know with 100% assurity is that if you don't go for it, if you don't claim it, you've already failed by not trying. Okay? Now, this might not be your month, and that is okay. We're not talking to you. We are talking to the people who in your heart, you know, it is time to go have the baby, right? Christy Jex and I talk about this a lot. She'd be like, I remember the month that she was going to go Emerald, she was like, I feel like somebody just told me my water just broke and it's time to go have the baby and we get to go have the baby, right? And so you know the feeling if you are about to pop and you're like, just get the baby out. Like, I can't stand it anymore. I'm ready for the sleepless nights. I'm ready for the spit up and the engorged boobs. Like, I'm ready for all of it because I can't be pregnant anymore, right? Like, that is, if you are feeling that right now, it is time to rank up. If you are just like not there yet, that's okay, right? Scale it back. Scale it down. It doesn't mean you don't have to set a goal. It means you need to scale your goal down. But if you are like pedal to the metal, ready to just get the baby out, you want the rank up, you're ready to go, you're so sick and tired of being where you're at, then it is time to map it out. It is time for you to say enough is enough. If I help that person get to senior gold, which seems impossible, right? Every rank usually does. So that's a normal feeling, just so you know. But when you look at your people and you're like, if I could get her to senior gold and her to gold, and I could bring in a new person and get them to gold, and you're in your mind is trying to keep you safe. And it's like, no, you couldn't do that. That's not logical. That's not realistic. No big dreams are realistic. If they were, everybody would have them. Okay? So the reason why you need to do the thing that sounds a little bit crazy is because that means it's an actual goal. Okay? So it's okay to go a little bit further past what you think you can do. Okay? Yes, you have to grow to let others grow. And you want to be the type of leader. I know you want this because you're on this call. If you're on this call, you want to be the type of leader that breathes belief into people. You want to be that person that if someone comes to you and they're like, I've been gold forever and I want senior gold and I know it's, 30 orders away and I've never added 30 in a month, but I want it this month. Do not be the leader that says, no, you can't do that. Don't do it. That is not your job. Now, if someone comes to you on day 2 and they're like, I want to be diamond this month, you get to say to them, okay, that would be adding 900 people. Do you think you could do that? And they'll be like, So I'm not talking about that, right? But if you have someone that needs to grow by 30 orders, it is actually possible. And the way you help them see that means you need to bring 2 people on that add 10. You need to personally sponsor 5, and you need to get 2 people to silver. Who could fill those spots and help you achieve that? And then they go, well, my sister loves the products and she has a friend that's on the products that would be amazing. And I've been talking to this one girl, and you start to lay it down on paper and you start to see it. And then you decide to get to work and you create it every single day. So when you sit down to work your business, you're filling in the blank lines on the piece of paper where you mapped that all out and you didn't even know who the people were going to be, right? So Phyllis is going to take us home tonight and wrap this up, and then we are going to get you on your merry way, because now I know everybody is ready to just go out there and get their teams ranking up so that they can rank up too. Phyllis, where are you at, my friend? She can't figure out how to unmute herself. 100%. That's what's
listening, multitasking.
There she goes.
Oh my gosh. Hi. I'm sorry. What did you say, Emily?
Brooke said, Phyllis has something to say, bring her on. And I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys, like,
what's
okay,
on
I'll bring something. So last month was very inspiring to me, you guys, like to watch all those little popcorns of emeralds and rank ups and all that. And it makes my heart flutter because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to get there and to try to hang on to it and ride the wave of network marketing. We have a gift right now, you guys. Like, we have membership that's like free, practically free. And so I don't know what else to do to inspire you guys to just go for it. Reckless abandonment, share with your heart, talk to everybody you know that could use Plexus, which is everyone. And, and just share with them what it's done for you. Share your story, share other people's story. Reckless abandonment, unapologetically sharing, because and stop hiding, stop being afraid. Fear is not serving any of us at all. That's an old story. So you've got to write a new story for yourself. And your new story is that you are worthy. You are amazing. You've got to speak life into yourself. And so that, again, it's about as leaders. So I'm a leader. I have a team. Anybody with one person under them is a leader, just FYI. So, you have to work on yourself, and your own personal development is key so that other people will come with you. Okay. So I don't know, you guys, I just got a little thing about book club for Plexus. Have you guys seen this? They're looking at doing a book club monthly. And so I was doing book clubs for my team. It's just so important that you do something to build yourself, whether, wherever you're struggling, go find a book that talks about it and just attack it. Okay. Attack whatever it is you're missing, because it's not serving you well if it's not creating growth in your business. So, be a creator of your own destiny. Yes, Emily. You can create the magic. You, like what I'm doing with my team is trying to encourage and build and catch the fire, and the energy you bring to your team is what they're going to feel. And so getting messages from people, I am so pumped, that gets me excited. That's what I need, that too, as a leader. I need to see that my people want something. And so I don't know, you just need to be contagious. Be contagious, because it's whatever energy you're putting out is the energy you're going to get back. And so everything is energy. I don't know what else to say.
That's perfect, Phyllis. I love it. It really is the pace of the leader is the pace of the team, right? You are the one that decides what energy your team has. And the thing is that so often when you're a leader and you're a new leader, you don't understand that you're the creator of the energy, and you're like, wait, why am I not feeling the energy? Nobody's doing anything. Where are they? That's normal to feel that way pretty much all the time as a leader. So once you understand that, then you can be like, okay, it's normal that I'm such a psychopath, and I'm yeah, guys, let's go. And it's crickets, right? And I love how Hannah talked about, then you go individually to leaders and you talk to them and you directly message them. It's the same thing, right? So love it, love it, love it. Okay. Kara Allen said, you as a nurse would say, be contagious right now. This is what you want to be contagious of energy, not COVID, right? So yes, I love that. That's going to be our thing now that we're going to say, guys. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being on our call tonight. I'm so excited for you guys. And I really, really, really want you to take the belief and the energy that you feel from this call right now, and I want you to go put it into something that seems impossible. Because you really, that big scary thing that you're afraid of, that you're like pushing away, what if you went like this and you're like, give it to me, and you just let it in, right? Like, do that. Let's all do that, okay? Oh, Brooke has a song, but we can't hear it because she's muted.
Another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a list on life is a peace of mind. Seeking a fight, I can sleep when I die. When a piece of the pie, got the keys to the ride and shit. I'm straight. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Get out my way. I'm running late.
Love it. I feel glorious. Let's go create glorious. You guys can do this. It's within you. Bye. Love you. It's called Glorious.
Take more than I gave. Did I look out for the people? Or did I do it all for the fame? Legend, it's Exodus. Searching for euphoria. Trudging through the mud to find the present. No ignoring us. Got 20,000 deep up in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head. Woo!
I feel glorious, glorious. What a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am. I never forget. I made it through the darkest night of the night. And now I see the sunrise. Now I feel glorious, glorious. I feel glorious, glorious.
I'm feeling glorious.
Love you guys.
The